Have you ever thought about just how much money Americans are spending and how much debt we're racking up right now? Well, I can tell you this much. These numbers are very big, and these are record numbers that we've never seen in the history of this country that are coming out right now. Meanwhile, the vast majority of Americans are completely broke. Well, that's the focus of this video. Let's get into it and talk through the details. All right, a couple new reports were just released, and I want to share the contents of them with you here in this video because these are record numbers, and I'm not sure about you, but I want to know what is going on all across the country because this is all going to come back economically and it's going to impact all of us in some degree. Therefore, I want to pay attention to this. But these reports came out and it's showing us the details of the third quarter and the fourth quarter of last year, 2023. Now, yes, to be fair, I am filming this video in 2024. However, these are the most recent reports that were released on the behalf of third quarter and fourth quarter of 2023, which, by the way, we are racking up debt. We're spending a ton of money and our savings is pretty pathetic. It's not very much at all. Our savings is going down and our debt is going up. That is not a good solution out there, which, by the way, I'm talking about consumer debt, which encompasses all of us, you and me and everybody else here in the country, not federal debt, okay? Federal debt is very different. That is well over $34 trillion, rapidly moving toward $35 trillion. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about consumer debt when it comes down to us, as in credit card debt, mortgages, auto loans, and again, the list goes on and on, okay? All right, so here's what it comes down to. At the end of the third quarter 2023, as in that was the quarter ending the end of September 2023. Here's what it comes down to. We, the consumers here in the United States, as in all of us, collectively had $17.3 trillion in consumer debt, which, by the way, that is a record. We've never had $17.3 trillion in consumer debt in this country. Meanwhile, at that same period of time, we had $1.08 trillion in credit card debt. Now get this, that's like 4 months ago, more than 4 months ago from the time that data was, basically collected from, okay? So as a result of that, do you think we've added more credit card debt in the last 4 months? Yeah, exactly. We've added a lot. So when we get this next report that comes out, we're going to be well over $1.1 trillion in credit card debt. That's massive, right? So interesting. Now here's what else is interesting about it. At the end of the third quarter, 2023, we collectively had, again, all the American people, again, as of right now, by the way, in the United States, there's about 334 million people. It's a lot of people, right? It's about a third of a billion people here in this country, okay? So 334 million people, all of us collectively had $851.2 billion in savings. Now, again, if we look at this, we might think, wow, that's a lot of money. $851.2 billion in savings. That's a lot. But if you really figure that out, across 334 million people, it's not that much money, right? The average person basically has no money right now. In fact, I just read another report, if I digress here for just a second, the vast majority of people cannot cover an unexpected $1,000 bill. So if something happened to your car or something like that, where you had to pay $1,000 out of pocket, the vast majority of the American population cannot cover an unexpected $1,000 right now. So there you go. Most people don't even have $1,000 set aside for things like this, okay? So that is at the end of the third quarter of 2023. Now get this. At the end of the the end of the fourth quarter 2023, so obviously the end of the year last year, we brought our savings down from $851.2 billion at the end of the third quarter. 3 months later, we brought our savings down to $818.9 billion. So that's a difference of, what is the math on that? About $33 billion-ish. Yeah, I think it's about $33 billion is how much we brought our savings down. So in 3 months alone, one quarter, we spent or brought our savings down by $33 billion. So basically we siphoned out $10 billion a month out of our savings. It's a lot of money, right? So that is where we were sitting as of the end of the year 2023, sitting a little over basically $800 billion in savings collectively across everybody in the entire country. Now get this, the savings rate, would you want to take a guess on what the savings rate is? I'll tell you what it is. 4%, okay? So 4% is the savings rate. That is not very good, right? So that essentially tells us that the American people are spending a ton, we're racking up credit card debt, we're racking up debts on other things, and we're saving virtually nothing, right? So again, No wonder why the economy is in such a bad situation right now. And this is what's interesting about it. Some of these reports are coming out from prominent people at very prominent financial institutions, okay? They're coming out suggesting the end of 2023, as in the holiday season, was basically the last hurrah for the consumer, as in all of us. So basically what they're saying is this year, 2024, we're going to see a ton of consumer spending slowing way on down. And what is this going to do to the economy? Well, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, you know what this means, right? If we, the consumer, stop spending money, or we reduce our spending by, say, I don't know, 10%, 15%, 20%. I know that might seem a little bit aggressive, but let's just say that we reduce our spending by 20%. What does that mean? It means a lot less money, billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars, less going into the economy. What does that mean for businesses? Well, now businesses are thinking, the revenues are not coming in. When revenues don't come in, we don't make our profit margins. When profit margins don't come in, that simply means we can't employ X number of people. Guess what? Then they need to start laying off people. They start letting people go. They start cutting hours. And then what does that mean? It means that unemployment goes up. It means that, people are looking for jobs. It means that jobs are not available. The economy starts contracting, less money chasing goods and services. Inflation comes down. And it's a whole cycle that we go through all the time when we go into an economic recession or economic contraction. So again, like I said earlier, or just a minute ago, if you've been watching the videos here on the channel for a while now, you know that I've talked about this before, okay? The economic cycles, the booms, the busts, and it all happens, right? The ebb and flow of the economy. It's not like a bad thing, okay? But here's the thing. When we start to see consumer spending dropping down, it's going to impact everything across the entire country. We're going to see a bunch of sectors laying off a lot of people. We're going to see, basically job openings dropping dramatically because, if companies can't pay people because they don't have the revenues and the profits coming in to support the payrolls, well then why would they need to have that many people, right? We'll see unemployment go up, and that's exactly what they're talking about here in these reports as well, is that we're likely going to see a spike in unemployment, the jobless rate, in other words, people out of jobs and looking for work. And as a result of that, it's going to hit the economy. And again, at the same time, this will bring inflation down as well. Because why? When we have a surplus of cash, what do? We spend it. When we spend our money, what does that mean? More money chasing goods and services drives prices up, called inflation, just like what we saw back in 2021, 2022. We all got a ton of money from the stimulus checks and things like that. Therefore, way more demand in the marketplace, as in the economy, for goods and services, driving prices up very quickly. Then we saw massive inflation. Now the Federal Reserve is sitting on very high interest rates. When they bring these back down because inflation has gone down and the economy is going down, they need to bring it back down to spur more spending, spur more borrowing, things like this, and the cycle will repeat. All that kind of makes sense? Yeah, exactly, right? Anyway, I thought these were fascinating reports I wanted to share with you here in this video. If you have not done so, do yourself a huge favor, subscribe down below. I'm here for you every single day, watching all the details and breaking them down here in these videos. Otherwise, share the video with your friends on my social media and go back and check out any of the other thousands and thousands of videos here on the channel in the video library, or those that I've hand selected for you down below in the description or at the top of the comment section. Until next time, enjoy your day, take care, have a good one, and I'll catch you again later in the next